Alright, so I'm gonna restart this video. So I wanted to talk about one of the major issues going on in my life right now, and that would be crystal meth addiction, which is by far the most difficult thing that I have ever dealt with in my life so far. Well, yeah, obviously. So I've taken all the psychedelics besides 2CI, the 2C family, and like 25I, NBO, NE, and I've taken Molly, I've taken a lot of different shit, but meth is by far the most insane fucking drug I've ever tried. And I'm not talking like DMT insane, like not like out of this world, but like in the way it fucks you and your life up. Like it turns you into a monster. I mean, like it makes you only give a shit about yourself and your own needs. You don't give a fuck about anybody else or anybody else's feelings. It destroys your morals. It breaks down your ability to judge, decipher what is right and wrong. You don't understand, you cannot, I'm assuming it does this to brain chemistry, but are not able to understand what is right or wrong. Like, you'll do anything to, let's say, like, get more meth, or like do whatever you'll do anything, and you don't really like care if it's right or wrong, if it'll cause harm to you or anybody else. I mean, like it makes you almost like animalistic in a way, because like it raises your dopamine levels so high that, yeah, you become animalistic. Like you're acting fully on instinct, no emotion. It destroys your ability to empathize with others, which has kind of like fucked me up, because like I didn't want to become cold in the first place. It made me feel like it created a hole in me, a huge gaping hole that could only be filled by more meth. There was no other drug, nothing that could fill that hole. Only meth could take it, like fill it. It had me running away a lot. It made me like go. It just made me move. It made me what? Like it made me leave. Like I'd smoke it and like leave the area. Like I'd just leave. I couldn't stand being in populated areas. I'd freak out and run away at like high speeds. Nobody would know where the fuck I'd go, and like people were like worried about me, and like I was like, yo, like I don't remember what happened. Like I was just gone. Like I do remember what happened, but like I didn't feel like I was gone. I just felt like I went for a walk or something, like a little trip. Like um um yeah, it made me almost like, it made me feel superhuman. It made me feel like I could do anything. Like it made me feel like I was better. I was the shit. Like I would actually in my mind say, you know what, I'm better than everybody. Like I don't give a fuck anymore. Like I'm better than everybody, and I would actually say that to myself in my mind, and I'd be, but I'd low key be like, you know, like I'm not actually better than anybody, but I'd be taking full advantage of the feeling, the high, the boost in confidence, and I would think, you know what, I'm better than everybody. I could do anything. I could do wait. I can do I can do like everything. Like I own the world. Like I had this thought almost that I own the world, but I know that it also seems to cause like extreme psychosis. Like you don't really know, you can't really decipher what's real or not anymore. Like it seems to heighten your awareness so much, like jack your senses to the point where you aren't sure what is going, like what in your mind is real or not, like what you're comprehending in reality is real. Like it had me thinking like I don't even know, like it's some fucking crazy shit. Like I would actually think that like yeah, like oh yeah, because I was saying that I own the world, right? Like I was thinking that I own the world for some reason, and like um it made me think I was gonna die and shit. Like I actually thought I was dead. Like there was times where I'd like overdose, and like I would like close my eyes and like see the light. Like I would be like pouring sweat and like shaking and vibrating in my bed, and like I could not. My whole body was numb. That's like meth. That's what meth overdose does, I guess. Is it your whole body goes numb and you basically die for a little while, and like so that happened a few times, and like it's fucking terrifying. Like I would Like, I just felt that fucking same feeling. Like, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, honestly. Like, it's fucking terrifying, and, like, you feel like absolute shit after, like, the combat. It lasts for me, it lasts for, like, 3 days. I don't know why. I think there's some sort of liver enzyme in me that, like, it prevents stimulants from breaking down for a long time, but, like, it it lasts for like 3 or 4 days for me, and like once that's over, like I'm so like my voice is like shaking, like it's fucking scary shit. Like I think like you start thinking you need it to fucking live, like you think you're gonna die without it. Like you're literally walking, for me, walking down the street, like am I gonna fucking live? Like I don't feel like I have like any life left in me, because it drains all your dopamine, I'm assuming, and like you become restless, you can't sleep, you can't do shit, you can't, there's no motivation, there's no like, um, no, yeah, no motivation, there's no well, I guess, yeah, I still have insight, but like there's nothing that, like, nothing worse, there's nothing worse, like, yeah, like you can't, you don't want to eat, you don't want to sleep, you don't want to fucking like live anymore. Like you're like depressed, and like you want to like kill yourself, and like you start thinking all this crazy shit, like I'm gonna sell this or that to get more meth, otherwise I'm gonna fucking die. Like you start shaking and shit, you start fucking, for me, I was sweating and shit when I was withdrawing, which I still do, and that's the other thing about meth. This is the one drug that has fucked me up like long term, like it like I took it the first time last year, and like it the addiction stuck. Like the first time I did it, this is the one thing also, that like the first fucking time, the first time I ever did it, like it grabbed me by the throat. Like even cigarettes, the first time, it's not like that. Like cigarettes, maybe a couple cigarettes, and you're like, wow, I kind of like this, you'll smoke a few packs, and then you start to become addicted. Meth, it's like one fucking hit and you're done. Like you're fucking finished. Like you like if like it literally, yeah, like it rewires your brain to think you need to have that high of a dopamine content in order to fucking survive, because it jacks all of your like body's natural instinct to survive, to the point where your brain thinks that it's good. Like it doesn't need food, it doesn't need sleep, it doesn't need um friends, it doesn't need anything to support the dopamine concept. It's full. The meth fills it, so you think you're good on everything. You don't need water, you don't need anything, and you start starving and shit, and like it's kind of fucked. Like it's scary shit, and like for me, like looking at myself in the mirror while I was on it, like my eyes were just fucking black. Like they were just scary black. Like I looked like a fucking ghost. Like I was just like, my eyes were like wide the fuck open, and I was just scary shit, and like my skin was like all saggy and gray and shit, and I could see like the amount of stress that it was putting on my nervous system, and like I was just like scared. Like I could see in my eyes, like I was like basically like thinking to myself, like, when is this gonna end? Like I don't want this in my blood, like I don't want this in my bloodstream anymore, because like it's terrifying shit, and like um yeah, like you start like it makes you go like schizophrenic and shit, because like your senses are so jacked. Like I'm assuming it probably jacks up like your visual cortex and like auditory cortex, to the point where you start hearing and seeing shit that's not actually there. Like you're over perceiving shit, and like your brain is like, or like I don't know, maybe it is like yeah, like it's jacking your senses up, so you start thinking things are there, but they actually aren't, and you're just like looking around the room and like, what the fuck was that? And like you're like, holy shit, and like, holy fuck, man, worst shit I've ever done. But I'm gonna end this video, because that's about all I have to say about my meth problems. It's been let's see, it's been about 3 weeks since I had my last hit, and I still, every day, every time I think about it, I freak the fuck out. Like I just like get scared, because like I start, as soon as I think about it, I'm like, where's my hit? Like I need a fucking meth hit. Like I'm gonna fucking, like I'm gonna lose my shit. Like I need it to calm down. Like I need it to almost like feel full. Like how food makes you feel. Like when you feel like you need food. Like I need that to like make me feel full and like alive, and like It's fucking scary shit, but yeah, I'm gonna end the video. Thank you.